Alright, let's get right to it. Here's a cosmic truth that might just scramble your brain for a minute. The universe has no center. That's right. There is no special spot, no cosmic X marks the spot, no central point from which everything else spirals outward. If you were to ask your spaceship's navigation system, "Take me to the center of the universe," it would probably just return a 404 error and suggest you grab a snack instead. This idea fundamentally challenges our most basic instincts about how things are organized. We're used to wheels with hubs, pizzas with a middle slice everyone wants, and solar systems with a star right at their heart. The universe, however, plays by a completely different and frankly, much weirder set of rules. The story of this discovery really kicks into high gear in the 1920s with an astronomer named Edwin Hubble. He was peering through his powerful telescope at what were then called spiral nebulae, thinking they were just gas clouds within our own Milky Way. But he soon realized something astonishing. Not only were these nebulae actually entire galaxies, just like our own but incredibly far away, but they were also almost all moving away from us. To wrap your head around this centerless expansion, let's use a classic analogy. Imagine the universe is a balloon, but we're only interested in its two-dimensional surface. Now take a marker and draw a bunch of dots all over the uninflated balloon. Each dot represents a galaxy. As you start to blow up the balloon, what happens? Every dot moves away from every other dot. From the perspective of any single dot on that surface, all the other dots appear to be receding. The farther away another dot is, the faster it seems to move away, because there's more stretching balloon surface between them. It's a perfect visual for Hubble's law in action. Now for the crucial question, where is the center of the expansion on the surface of that balloon? The answer is nowhere. There is no point on the rubber skin that can claim to be the origin of the expansion. The center of the balloon itself is inside, in the three-dimensional space it occupies, but that's not part of the two-dimensional universe on its surface. For the creatures living on one of those dots, their entire reality is that two-dimensional surface, and on that surface, there is no special, central location. The expansion is happening everywhere equally. This is precisely how cosmologists think about our own universe, just scaled up to 3 dimensions of space. This model elegantly explains why we see all distant galaxies moving away from us. It's not because we're special. An alien astronomer in a galaxy a billion light-years away would look out their telescope and see the exact same thing. All other galaxies, including our own Milky Way, would be moving away from them. In an expanding universe where space itself is the thing that's stretching, every point is effectively the center of its own observable bubble. So why does this feel so strange? It's because our entire lived experience is built around centers. Our cities have centers, our atoms have nuclei, our lives often revolve around a central home or workplace. We are biologically and psychologically programmed to identify focal points. It's an evolutionary shortcut that helps us navigate our environment efficiently. This bias is so deeply ingrained that applying it to the universe feels natural, but the cosmos operates on a scale where our terrestrial intuitions break down completely. This idea that there's no special place in the universe is so fundamental to modern cosmology that it has its own name, the cosmological principle. When we look at the cosmic microwave background radiation, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, we find it to be astonishingly uniform in all directions. When we map the distribution of galaxies across the sky, like in the Sloan Digital Sky Survey, we see a vast web-like structure, but it lacks any discernible center or edge. This uniformity is the universe screaming at us that no location is more important than any other. It's a principle of cosmic mediocrity, and we're all part of it. Letting go of this bias requires a significant mental leap. It means accepting that our planet, our solar system, and even our galaxy are not in any privileged position. This is the ultimate extension of the Copernican principle, which first displaced Earth from the center of the solar system. The cosmological principle takes it a step further, stating that there is no center at all. It's a humbling realization that forces us to see ourselves not as the protagonists of the cosmic story, but as inhabitants of a typical neighborhood in a vast, sprawling metropolis with no main square. This brings us to the biggest misconception of all, the Big Bang itself. The name conjures up an image of a cosmic bomb going off at a single point in an empty void, flinging matter and energy outward. But if the universe has no center now, it couldn't have had 113.8 billion years ago either. The Big Bang wasn't an explosion in space, it was the beginning of space and time itself. It didn't happen at a particular location. It happened everywhere, at once. At the moment of the Big Bang, the entire observable universe, and possibly much more, was compressed into an incredibly hot, dense state. Every single point in our universe today was once at that starting line. You, me, the chair you're sitting on, and the most distant galaxy we can see were all, in a sense, in the same place. Because the place was the universe itself in its nascent form. Think back to our balloon analogy. If you run the film backward, the balloon deflates. The surface shrinks, and all the dots get closer and closer together until they converge into a single, infinitesimally small point. Einstein's theory of general relativity provides the mathematical framework for this bizarre reality. His equations describe gravity not as a force, but as the curvature of space-time caused by mass and energy. When applied to the universe as a whole, the solutions naturally predict an expanding or contracting cosmos, but one without a built-in center. The geometry of space-time itself is what's dynamic. It can stretch, bend, and warp, but it doesn't need a central anchor point to do so. Even if the universe is finite, it can still lack a center. So what are we to make of all this? The idea that we live in a boundless universe with no central point can be profoundly disorienting. It strips away any lingering notion of cosmic importance and leaves us floating in an ocean of galaxies without a map that says, "You are here," with any special significance. But once the initial unease subsides, this idea can also be incredibly beautiful and liberating. If there is no center, then every place is, in a way, the center. Every star, every planet, and every conscious being experiences the universe from its own unique vantage point, yet all are governed by the same universal laws. There's a deep, democratic elegance to this structure. Our significance comes not from our location, but from our ability to comprehend this magnificent structure. The carbon in our bodies was forged in the hearts of long-dead stars, and the iron in our blood came from supernovae that lit up the cosmos billions of years ago. This cosmic perspective is a powerful antidote to terrestrial arrogance. It's humbling to realize that we inhabit a pale blue dot, as Carl Sagan called it, in a forgotten corner of a typical galaxy, which itself is just one of trillions in a universe with no special address. This understanding doesn't diminish us, it elevates us. So, the next time you look up at the night sky, don't search for the middle. Instead, appreciate the infinite complexity and the profound, beautiful weirdness of it all. The universe isn't a story with a main character or a central stage, it's a grand, unfolding epic that is happening everywhere, all at once. And the simple fact that we, on our tiny world, have been able to figure this out is perhaps the most wonderful thing of all. Keep looking up. And hey, if this journey through space and time blew your mind, be sure to subscribe to our Universal Universe channel for daily cosmic adventures, share this with a fellow cosmic explorer, and hit that like button. There's a whole universe out there waiting to be discovered together.